Hello, young wizard. Have you ever wanted to be happy? Have you ever wanted to love someone or laugh at something or anything of that sort? Have you wanted to feel emotion? Well, according to Kingsisle, to feel emotion, you have to pay money because that is how we roll nowadays. Without paying money, emotions are a no-go. You can't do those, can't have those. And if you're wondering what I mean by this, shut up, you're talking so loud over there. Jesus Christ. Calm down. If you're wondering what I mean by this, Kingsisle, in the most recent update to the game, a patch released about a day ago, made it so to use emotes in the game, you need to reach level 20. So that means you can't say XD, you can't do a heart like that, you can't smile, you can't big smile, you can't frown. All of these things, you need to reach level 24. And now the problem with this is that to reach level 20, it is literally necessary to buy a membership. It is impossible to reach level 20, excuse me, without a membership. So, that is a bit of an issue. Now, the whole reason why I made this video, besides just calling out just how baffling and stupid this decision is, to make it so that you need to pay for happiness, quite literally, I wanted to just make this video on Kingsisle's pay to play policy. Because if you didn't know, Kingsisle and this game is not pay to win. It's not a pay to win game in the slightest. It's pay to play. There's a significant difference there. Pay to win means that all of the best gear, all of the best things are locked specifically so that you have to pay money for that specific item. So what that means is that, say, the Dragoon gear, right? To get that, say you had to pay 10,000 crowns in the crown shop, right? But you don't have to do that. You just need a membership and then you can do it. It's as simple as that. The game isn't pay to win, it's pay to play. But what pay to play means is that to physically play the game and enjoy it to its fullest extent, you need to pay a certain amount of money, whether that be per month, per whatever, all that kind of stuff, right? And I would like to say that out of MMOs, right, is that Wizard 101 isn't the only one that has a pay-to-play policy. Quite a few MMOs have a pay-to-play policy. It's quite common. But the way that Kingsisle does it is what makes it so cutthroat and ruthless, is the fact that they make it so that even the simplest of things is locked behind this paywall, this absurd membership standards. And what I mean by this specifically is, one, Wizard City, the very first world, is locked behind a paywall. You can't do Cyclops Lane or Firecat Alley or just finish it in general without having a membership, which is just a little BS if I do say so myself. I think that all of Wizard City should be free. Now, there's some people going as far as to say all of Arc 1 should be free, but I'd like to argue against this. I would like to say that Kingsisle would probably never do this. I'm not going to say it would be the worst idea in the world. I'm not going to say it would be a bad idea, but I would say that they would never do it. Now, let me turn your attention to another MMO, another popular one that's actually pretty fun if you haven't played it, and that is Star Wars: The Old Republic. If you didn't know, Star Wars has its own MMORPG that was made back in like 2012, I believe, 2011, maybe even earlier than that. Excuse me. And it's the classic MMO style. It's not like Wizard 101. Wizard 101's a unique MMO. Whereas you level up, you have the classic 1 through 0 keys that you use to actually attack the enemy. Now, what SWTOR does, which is its shortened name, what SWTOR does that Wiz doesn't, and this is one of my favorite pay-to-play policies, is you buy a subscription once, right? And then, and this is a nice point, is that you get to then play as what's called a preferred player, and from then on are able to access all of the DLC content. So what that means is is that free-to-play players cannot access everything. But the second you buy a membership once, which you can do for $15, you can then access everything following that. What I think would be cool is if Wiz made it so that the second you buy a membership or spend a certain amount of money, you then become a preferred player, and then from there you can access all of Arc 1 for free. I think that this would be a much better DLC policy, or a much better pay policy that would make people much more apt to accept what's happening and accept the game, because, you know, it would mean that you're actually able to play the game without, and play a decent amount of the game without a membership, right? Because if you don't have a membership, all you can do is get up to level 8 or level 7, whatever it is, and then you're just stuck. In that case, you'd be able to level up characters to level 40, and someone who just buys a membership once would be able to have 6 characters all level 40 by the end of it. I think this would be a much better DLC policy, or a much better paying policy, and I think that this would be really good for Wiz. Now, let's go back to the original topic. I kind of went off on a tangent there of how I think the pay-to-play policy could be fixed. I think the main issue that Kingsisle is doing right now is, instead of reversing course and going back towards ideas like making more things free to play, they're doing the opposite. They're making less things free to play, which is not exactly what I think they should do right now. For example, just a year or two ago, they made it so that your backpack space will shrink if you don't have a membership. I believe, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I swear back originally, you would always have, I think it was 150 backpack space with a membership, and even without a membership, you would still have 150. But recently, they changed that so that you have 150 with a membership, and without one, you only have 80. This makes it so that, you know, you don't have a lot of backpack space to do things if you're not a member. Now, obviously, I bought the backpack elixir, so even if I wasn't a member, I would still have like 200 something backpack space, I believe. But, you know, that's really beside the point. I just wanted to go over that, go over the different things. I do think that member benefits are a good thing, and let me tell you why. I think it makes sense that as a member, you should be able to have benefits. It makes sense that paying for the game, you're able to have something that the players who don't pay for it do. So I do think the member benefits are fair, like double pet XP, double reagents, all that kind of stuff. That's fair. I think that stuff like taking emotes away from new players until they reach level 20, that's not fair, right? I shouldn't be able to not go up to people and, you know, say like, I heart you. I should be able to do that as a free-to-play player, right? So really, that's all this video was on. If you enjoyed, if you liked it, I guess, drop a like, hit the sub button. Well, let me know what you think in the comments below on what you think of Kingsisle's pay-to-play policy, whether you think how it should be changed, what they should do about it, or if they should just keep it the same. I think that all are fair opinions. I just think that in the state right now, I think that they're harming their player base more than they are benefiting them in a lot of cases. So, thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and have a fantastic day.